Alright, we're going to continue on now. This is part 2 of a continuing saga of the property at 199 Caroline Depot Road. Now get ready because I'm going to show you something very scary. Are you ready? You sure? Okay, here it comes. Sorry, I had to show you who was actually doing the commentating here. Okay, now we'll continue on. And Lucy is right here. She is back again. Continuing on now, we're going to go down. Okay, this is where as you remember, the apple tree was that I've been doing some work, so I cut the top off so it wouldn't be so tall. We had some fairly good apples on here. But back up there is the house. So this is where the trail begins. And we walk down this trail almost, 10 or 15 times a day, Lucy and I. And we go to these different places, these trails that I've got sort of mowed through the property, where I just kind of didn't feel like having all yard space, so I thought I'd do a little bit of just some nice nature trails. So we're looking south now over to Michael Sefsky's property. His property borders ours, and the creek is right down there. Just a small little creek. Sometimes there isn't any water flowing through it. Right now there is. So, hey Lucy, what are you doing? We're over here. So this is where our trail kind of splits off. We go into a couple different sections. You go back here, kind of go back into the property, and then this trail here, you can tell it's a trail, kind of leads down here along this old rock wall. We used to use these rocks to border properties. And the property line actually doesn't follow this line very well. It actually cuts back down into the, if you see my hand there, the finger, see the finger? It goes down that way. And that helps a lot, doesn't it? See? Finger? Yeah, okay, whatever, Frank. Okay, so we'll look back up here, and this is back up here, and then now we're going to go down through the trails. So prepare yourself because this is pretty exciting. We're walking. Currently, we're walking. We're in the northern hemisphere. See, there's another little apple tree there, and I thought maybe what I'll do is trim that back along with all these other ones that we have. See if we can produce some better apples. So the trail kind of goes down here. I got trails going that way. That goes back up to the house. And this comes back down here. Hey Goose, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got something? What is it? She's always finding something. Oh my gosh, this girl is unbelievable. She's always digging up a mole or something. So anyways, continuing on, as they say. We are, look at the bugs there. See them? Can you pick those up? Wow, bugs. Anyways, so showing you a couple of views here just around because it's leaves are starting to turn. Looks kind of pretty here, and you can see back up to the house up there. Wow, house. Okay. Anyways, so continue on. See, I got a couple places where the trail sort of splits, and I have to mow all this, Dad. Just so you know, I've got my zero-turn mower now. Sue and I invested in a big 60-inch cut zero turn so that I can do all these trails. So this is what we do. I grab my cappuccino in the morning, and Lucy and I come down here and we kind of walk the trails, and she goes sniffing something and she'll go chasing after it, and she's gone. I don't see her, and hopefully she doesn't go off the property, but we've been pretty good about trying to keep her on the property. She's had her moments where she's gone across the street, but she's been taught not to, and so far she's been doing pretty good. But I kind of like this. It sort of makes me feel like we're in a woodsy setting. You know, it's not just yard space all the time where all you're doing is mowing this big open lot. I don't really like that. I'd like to have a little bit of some greenery. I'd like to have the shrubs and the trees and a good mix. So I think similar to yours, Dad, your property up on Ringwood Road is like this. Except for the trails. You didn't have nature trails probably, but you had the ponds, and that was nice. But we kept all these all these indigenous bushes, we kept quite a few of them because it just sort of gives it a little bit of dimension, I guess. You can kind of look at, do I say a lot? Yeah, I think I do. So from now on, I'm going to stop saying So we kept a few of these bushes because it just wanted to have a little bit of perspective. So it wasn't just a big open lot, and we started with a whole bunch of them. Sue had been mowing this. I said not Sue had been mowing this, and her husband had kept it down, her ex-husband that is, and they had this whole thing mowed here. And then they went through a period of time where they weren't mowing it. That was when, I guess, they'd split up and Sue was maintaining the property on her own. So this kind of grew up, and there was tons of these bushes in here. So we've been going through and taking out these bushes, and I've been sort of planting some trees here and there. I've got these honey locusts that I put in, and there's a tulip down there. A lot of these didn't grow though. We got them from the Soil and Water Conservation District. They had one of those sales where they go down, I don't know, southern states, probably down your way, Dad, and they grab a whole bunch of saplings and you can buy them in bulk. And quite a few of those didn't work out though, so we planted them, and it was a bad summer too. Last summer was a bad time to plant because it was pretty dry. But this is my next project, so this is like a before. You're going to see what it looks like before. This is called Toby's Memorial. And I've got all these rocks I'm going to grab from, see my finger pointing? See, it goes that way and this way. There's that wall down there that I'm going to grab. I'm going to grab all those rocks from and bring it back up here. See my finger? Right there? Okay. And that's going to be where we're going to build this all up. I'm going to put a wall all the way around this on top of that paver stone that I have. This bunch of paver stone I got from work. And broke it all up so it'd have a little bit of perspective, a little bit of dimension, instead of just being one. They were 2-foot squares, and I just figured I'd break them up and use them that way. But so that's my next project. And then I'm also working on this one up here. This is the next thing I'm doing. I've got this Coliseum garden where you saw on the Facebook page I have all those tulips in there. I had to refinish this wall because I built it just with plywood pieces that I sort of framed in to make this circle, and the circle encloses what used to be a big pile of rocks that we got from a landscaping project up there. And so I wanted to just cover up the rocks. Basically, I didn't want to have a big pile of rocks, so we covered that all up with dirt, and I enclosed it with this. I made this rock wall, which took quite a bit of work. But see, I've been doing this. This is what I did yesterday. And then I got to continue on. I just got back from town, went down to Home Depot, and I grabbed I had to get some more sand topping mix, so I got to finish this off. So you can see what it looks like without the topping. But this will be kind of nice. And then what we're planning on doing is, once we get this all finished, I'm going to smooth it all down. Then we're going to maybe do a mural on here. Maybe some type of a painting or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Maybe we can get some kids from a local school to do it. But that'll be or even hire an artist. We have a mural in the house that I'll show you in a little bit, and that's something that we've done. So anyways, so that's that. And then let's see. Now we're going to look back down at the property some more, so you can kind of see some stuff I got going on. Here you can see a little more closely what I was talking about with making the border along the road here with these lilacs, and then further down is the spruce trees. So we had these spruce trees here we bought, I don't know, gosh, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, 6, 7, 8, I don't remember what it was, and maybe longer, and they were pretty short, and now they're getting pretty tall. So everything's kind of growing up. It looks really pretty. Looking forward to getting some fruit from our trees in the orchard, but that could be a while, as they take a little while to mature, as you know. So I'm going to walk on back up to the property here. Guess you can see that's the garden over there. And then that's the courtyard, I guess we're calling that. And that's where we recently finished the landscaping there. So I'll pause this now and we'll go, no, I'm not going to pause it. Heck with it. We're just going to keep on watching this. Going to keep walking up here. I'm going to walk inside and I'll show you the indoors. We're going to show some projects in there. This was my deck that I extended. We originally just had the porch part of it to here, and we thought, well, why don't we just extend it out so we have more room? So now we have more room out there to entertain guests and relax. We got these chair hammock swings when we took our cruise to Mexico, and in Costa Maya we bought these hammock swings. And they're kind of cool to sit in. I figure if one of them breaks, it just means it's time for you to lose weight, because I got these babies anchored up in there pretty good. So okay, so we'll oh, I think this door is locked because I just got back and I haven't been out here to lock this door, so I'm going to put this on pause.